Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to understand the very interesting topic in operating system, that is synchronization, and the classic problem of synchronization, that is the producer consumer problem. If you are a computer science student, then this concept is something that you should understand. So let's break this concept into simpler words to make it understandable. Let's get started with the basics. Imagine you and your friend are trying to edit the same Google document at the same time. Now, if you both try to type in the same section, you might overwrite each other's work. This may create a conflict. Similar kind of thing happens in programming languages when two or more processes or threads try to edit or override the same file, the same shared resource value like a variable or any other file at the same time. They overwrite each other's work, and this is where synchronization comes in. Synchronization basically means that someone is controlling the access to a shared resource so that only one process or thread at a time can access the resource or modify it. Now let us understand why synchronization is important. Let's take a simple example. Suppose two people are withdrawing money from the same bank account at the same time. If both see the same balance, say 1000 rupees, and both withdraw 800, the account may end up with a negative balance, which shouldn't happen, right? So this is a real world problem of synchronization, which we must make sure that only one person is allowed to withdraw money at the time. So reasons why synchronization is important is, the first one is it prevents data inconsistency in multi-threaded environments. Second one is it ensures mutual exclusion, and the third one says that it helps in process coordination. Now let us understand some of the key concepts of synchronization. First is the critical section. Critical section is the code segment where shared resources are accessed, and it prevents something called as race condition, where two or more processes try to change the shared resources value simultaneously, leading to unexpected results. The third one is mutual exclusion, which ensures that only one thread or process accesses the shared resources at one time. And here comes the conclusion about synchronization problem, which says that synchronization is essential for building reliable, consistent, and error-free concurrent applications by managing access to shared resources effectively. Now that you understand synchronization, let us understand at one of the most famous problems that uses it, the producer-consumer problem. The producer-consumer problem is a classic problem in computer science, which states that how two processes, the producer produces the data and consumer consumes the data from the same shared buffer with a limited size. Now let's take an analogy. Imagine a chef and a waiter in the restaurant. The chef is the producer. They cook food. The waiter is the consumer. They serve the food to the customers, and the counter between them is the buffer. It has a limited space to hold dishes. Now, if the counter is full, the chef must wait, and if the counter is empty, the waiter must wait. And they should never place and pick up the dishes at the exactly at the same time. That would cause confusion, even break something. This is exactly the same in software. Let us talk about shared resource, which is used by both consumer and producer, that is the buffer. The buffer has the limited size. It is called as limited or bounded buffer, but the buffer that has no limit in its size is called as unbounded buffer. Now let's understand this problem through a diagram. In this diagram, there's a producer, consumer, and the shared buffer between them. So the producer is producing new outcomes, and it is storing it in the buffer. But first it is ensuring that the buffer is empty. If the buffer is full, the producer cannot store the outcome into this buffer. Also, the consumer when consuming must ensure that the buffer is not empty. It must have something to consume by the consumer. This problem of synchronization can be resolved in two ways. First, by using shared memory, and second, by using mutual exclusion. So the shared memory or shared buffer means finite storage area used by both producer and consumer, and mutual exclusion prevents simultaneous access to the buffer. Here comes the solution for this classic producer-consumer problem of synchronization. Let us first discuss through shared memory or shared resource. If the producer and consumer runs concurrently, then there must be a buffer of items. Also, the producer and consumer must be synchronized. This solution involves two types of buffers that we have already discussed earlier. The first one is unbounded buffer, in which there is no limit on the size of the buffer, so the consumer need to wait and producer will produce new items. The second one is the unbounded buffer, in which fixed size of buffers is there, where both the producer and consumer have to wait. Another solution by which we can solve this producer-consumer problem is using semaphores. Semaphores are used to control the access to the buffer. Semaphore S is an integer variable that is accessed only through two standard atomic operations. The first one is wait and the second one is signal. So the wait is represented by P, that is used to test, and signal is represented by V to increment the value. So here we will be using three semaphores. First one is mutex, that is a binary semaphore which is used to acquire and release the log. Second one is empty, in which it is a counting semaphore, which ranges over an unrestricted domain. It tracks the number of empty slots in the buffer. Third one is a full buffer, in which it is also a counting semaphore, whose range varies between 0 and 1 only. It tracks the number of field slots in the buffer. Let us understand the code for the producer. Here it waits until empty is greater than, and then it decrements the value of empty. Then it acquires log through wait mutex instruction, and it adds data to the buffer. Then it signal mutex, that is it releases the log and then increment full variable value. And let's now discuss the consumer's code, in which it has to wait until the full value is greater than 0, and then it decrements the value of full. Then it wait mutex, which means that it acquires log and remove the data from the buffer. Then it signal mutex, that means it is now releasing the log, and then it is signal empty, that means it is incrementing the value of empty. So this is how the whole code for consumer works. So this was all about the picture of synchronization and how it works well in producer consumer problem. And so I hope you understand the topic, and if you have any doubts, please comment it down. Thank you for watching.